want some, get some, bad enough, take some.
Hello, welcome to episode 103, 103. Ooh, man, a little gas. Banging and gassing and assing with Gangrel over here and myself. And back in the studio with Raymond over there with, he's got some kind of medallion on it. Last time I seen a medallion like that was from the movie Empire, and that dude got shot in the head in Puerto Rico after he lost all that drug money. But I'm pretty sure that's a Brother Yosef thing he's got going on over there, believing the universes is coming to an end and the aliens are coming down to collect and root and take us all home or something like that. I don't know. I'm a little worried and concerned, but it's been a minute, and welcome back. I guess welcome me back. Hey, Raymond, good to see you. Welcome. Good to be talking to everybody out there, though I don't know what the hell I'm talking about or why I even have a podcast. I'm confused daily, and was gone for like a month, and I'd like to say I missed it, and I didn't miss it. I don't know. I just didn't know what I did, but I had to take a little bit of a time out from everything. I don't if anybody follows any wrestling and stuff I do. I mean, I'm sure there's a few of you, very few, minute few. But I had to was sidelined. I went into about a month and a half ago. I went into the doctors I've always had this bad knee where it has no ACL, PCL, it's bone on bone, and when I'm walking north, my knee's walking east towards the beach. So like that, needless to say, I'm a bow-legged fool, a bow-legged vampire, and the knee's been just getting a bit unbearable. If you see me wrestling, you'll see that hobble and the wobble I got and whatnot. And so I went in there to get that checked out. And the doctor said to me, "Hey, I told you 3 years ago you needed to get a total knee replacement." And I go, "Oh yeah, well, I want to try to schedule it for like late November, December or something at the end of the year." And he goes, "Well, what made you come back in?" I go, "I think it's making my hip hurt." So he goes, "Well, let's check the hip out." So when he checked my hip out, turns out my hip was destroyed, and I actually needed a hip replacement before the knee replacement. So as of 2 weeks ago, I had a total hip replacement. I don't know, it showed fractures and fragments, and what's supposed to look like a light bulb looked like a pistol grip. I was an inch or two shorter. I didn't even know that. Now that my hips are aligned, and they replaced my hip. Actually, my right leg doesn't even touch the ground, so like now I got to deal with that issue. So I'm gonna have to definitely get that knee replacement sooner than later once this heals. This hip's healed and recovered, so it's still looking like November. I'll probably still get a knee replacement. So I've been off the road, and I've had to do a lot of cancellations, which I don't like to do at all, and stuff like that. So I've just been sidelined. Should have probably got in here and focused some time and trying to grow and build this podcast, but I wouldn't say I was home feeling sorry for myself, but I was home hurt. That shit hurt. It hurt more than I thought it would. So I'm gonna save you from showing you. I actually showed Raymond. Raymond, I went around. So like I was showing people the picture of the scar, right? People wanted to see the picture of the scar. And I almost posted this picture like online, but I said, I don't want to put my business out there. But I'm so glad I didn't post this picture. Do you know why?
Why?
You didn't even notice, did you?
No, why?
In the picture, my dingling's hanging out. It's sitting on my thigh. So I'm going around, and I had already showed a couple people at the school and whatnot. And Susan, my wife, didn't even notice it. And Joe, I don't know if you know Joe, the wrestler. Like, he trains at the school. He's a student, Joe Garcia. And I said, "Joe, look at this scar, man," because he's always caring and asking me how you doing. And I show him the picture of the scar, and he goes, "Oh, that's a bad scar, coach, but is that your dingling hanging on?" I said, "Oh no, it is." I'm going around showing everybody a picture of the scar of my junk is sitting right on the top of my thigh, just sitting there halfway down my thigh, and I didn't even notice it, looking like a walking stick over there. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I was so embarrassed, but it probably still didn't stop me from showing anybody. I showed it to you today, you didn't even notice it, so nobody looks at it, they look at that gnarly scar, but I believe I sent you the edited versions now, so there's no dingling for you to look at in there, Raymond. So
I think it's like a 12. The scar is like 12 inches.
What's that?
Your scar is.
Oh, I thought you said I looked like I was 12 inches. I was like, thank you, thank you. By no means I'm not. If I was, I might would have considered some other industry. But no, the scar, yeah, it's probably more than 12 inches, maybe.
Is it still staples in there, or?
I'm not sure exactly what they did. I don't think they're staples. I think they just kind of put a mesh covering over it. They put it together and like. When they vacuum seal a sandwich or something, or some kind of food or something you freeze, I think they just like slapped it and wrapped it.
But technology is just.
What's that?
It's like technology.
Yeah, you could. You could probably post a picture if you want on here. Don't post the one where my belly looks bad. Post the other one. But I don't know. You might get canceled on YouTube because it's a little buttock showing there, a little tiny vampire butt with a lot of bruising and that. So, but I'm doing well. I'm actually. I have the walker. It told me I could walk without it at home, but for long distance and stuff like that. So I'm still on the walker, but I'm only a week and a half out. So I'm actually making progress. Been to 4 or 5 rehabs already in that short of time. So like I'm moving and grooving, and I feel like I could probably wrestle in November if I really wanted to. But I think the knee's gonna come due then, and then the knee's gonna be a little bit of a harder recovery. So if you've been wondering where I've been. That's where I've been out sidelined and down, and is what it is, and I'm just gonna keep pushing and push forward, and that's it. Yeah. So what's up with you, Raymond? How you been? I don't know where Nicole is. Like I called her last second though. She probably said, "Oh, now you want to do the podcast?" But she's been traveling heavily herself. So what have you been on?
Well, she's not gonna like this, but remember I've been telling her she's like a vampire. She's a real vampire.
She's a real vampire?
Yeah.
Like a succubus or something, or what she like?
No, I think she's a good version of a vampire, but I think she has an underground order that she runs.
You think so? Because she's a mystery woman, right?
She
disappears.
She definitely has.
She just like flies out of town, out of nowhere, comes back in under the radar. Very rarely seen during the daylight. Yeah, you might.
And you know how she comes off like it's a pretty nice girl, but she's really like I don't want to say bossy, but she's assertive.
Oh, you just said it. You're trying to say she's bossy.
I'm trying to say she's low key a boss. She has a whole order of vampires that she runs. Remember she had an office where people worked for her, but I feel like they were undercover agents.
So you got a conspiracy on her now. Was this a Brother Yosef? Did you consult with him and say, Brother Yosef, here's my $20 for the month to be on your Patreon? And like, can you advise me about this woman? Is she a reptilian? Is she a vampire? Or is she dangerous? Is she a boss lady? Or what is this woman?
No, she'll eventually.
I'm trying to say she's not like Aaliyah, Queen of the Dam, or nothing like that. Like
I haven't seen that movie.
Or whatever. Selma, how about in Dusk Till Dawn? She up there dancing on the stage and just turns this badass vampire. You didn't see that either?
No, but you.
Come on, man.
You
seen Queen of the Dam?
All these movies probably as a child. I don't remember.
No, Queen of the Dam. You gotta watch Queen of the Dam. Anne Rice is Queen of the Dam on Lestat.
A movie I do.
She plays the Queen Vampire, like Queen of the.
Movie I do remember, and it's like traumatizing as a kid. It's with Blue Aliens and Chris Tucker. Was it the Fifth Element?
What? What's Chris Tucker got to do with Blue Aliens?
Bro, it's a movie with Blue Aliens. I think it's called The Fifth Element.
That is not a horror movie. That's a funny movie.
Bro, that movie is disgusting.
A little redheaded girl that fell out of the sky with bandages for her outfit. Like, oh, come on. Like the French girl or whatever she was.
So the aliens didn't
Fifth Element, Bruce Willis.
Disgusting.
And Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker scared me in that.
So the black guy scared you.
Well, no, his character.
So the Blue Aliens
is This is over the top. So, what else is going on, Raymond? You're gonna have to carry the show like usual. Or she's not here to carry it. And I have watched some wrestling.
It's been a lot going on.
Congratulations to Dominic and Liv for coming out with a relationship.
That kind of hurt my heart.
It broke your heart? You want him to stay with Rhea?
I don't like seeing her hurt.
You don't like seeing Rhea Ripley hurt?
Because look, it's kind of like Nicole. It's kind of like a boss when she's so assertive, but then they really have a heart.
I think Nicole likes. That's who she's trying to pattern. Like she likes Rhea Ripley.
And it's kind of like, dang, she was such a boss, like Solo, and then
You trying to say a boss can't get their heart hurt?
It's rare when you see it. Well, you know what I'm talking about. It's like seeing Undertaker cry.
What about Damian Priest? He Finn Balor turned on him too that same night.
Yeah, I don't really have too much sympathy for him.
He's
But no, Rhea, yeah, I got sympathy for
It's
you.
like the whole Judgment Day imploded on one pay-per-view. SummerSlam. It was like, I guess it was too hot.
Did you see his promo
Too
on
hot
Raw?
of a summer, huh?
You saw his promo on Raw, and they were comparing him to the guy from Fast and Furious.
Which guy? Vin Diesel?
Yeah. Because he had he was talking about family. He had the cross and the black tee on, and it was the exact same outfit.
No, I didn't see it.
Vin Diesel had on when he was he was talking about Familia, and yeah, it was like a spitting image.
Did you watch all the Fast and Furiouses?
But of course not.
I watched them all.
Of course not. It's not even about cars anymore. Bro. It's almost like a mix of Transformers and like a action movie.
Nothing to do with Transformers. We talking about Transformers.
'Cause they got all these
big ass robots from outer space.
No.
The aliens, more alien. You trying to mix aliens in with Fast and Furious?
But aliens are everything, bro. But I did have a question about the surgery.
About the surgery?
I've been on this podcast a million times. I've heard a million stories, but I'm gonna be
On this one? No, you've been on this one. This is your 103rd time on this one.
Crikey. I don't remember. Is this your first major surgery? I know you had a bunch of injuries, but I'm trying to remember if you've had
I've
surgery.
broken my neck twice. I've broken a lot of bones with surgeries. I actually, yeah, I actually had one other surgery, and it was 5 years ago. Whatever, it was here in Florida, so it had to be within the last 5 years. I believe 5 or 6. I had just gotten back. I was running my wrestling school, GWA. I wasn't with CCW yet. I was still at GWA, and I could wrestle all the time, and my stomach, I had like this little knot would pop up, but when I was wrestling and doing it with somebody else and physically doing moves, it never really bothered me. But when I was teaching class, I would pantomime and walk through a move and show something, and literally like this big knot would push out of my stomach. Be like, what is that? And I would take my finger and I would poke it back in, and this went on for like a year, and then finally every time I moved openly, not when I did something with strength and engaged, it didn't. But anytime I would pantomime or walk through something, it would pop out on the simplest things, and it'd almost double me over in pain. And so I finally went to go get it checked out because married to a doctor, Susan. She's like, it's a hernia. You need to go get that looked at. And I would be ignoring it. And I don't think we were married yet. We weren't married yet, but we were dating. And so I went there, and it turns out, I had a thing. It was about to, not too long from like busting and probably killing myself because I was ignoring it. My stomach was popping through the wall of my muscle or whatever, intestines or whatever. So I was poking it back in. So I had that surgery, and I had a certain insurance at that time. So I thought like, okay, so it was like this Blue Cross Silver, whatever, some type of insurance, but it was the same insurance that I had the whole time. So with that, I had to pay like this whatever out of pocket, $6,000 and so much, and I didn't get this crazy bill for the surgery, but so I kept renewing my insurances, and I guess I didn't read the print and what went on, but when I went to go do this surgery, like I assumed I had the same insurance because the payments were a little bit even higher than what I had originally before. I thought I had the same insurance, so I go in there and I ended up paying like the $6,000 or whatever it is to do the initial surgery, whatever, out of pocket. And but it turns out they said that my insurance is a 50-50. It's not like an 80-20 or a 90-10 or something like that. I'm like, what? So apparently I owe like 50% if the surgery is $20,000, I owe $10,000. If the hospital stays $10,000, I owe $5,000. So I immediately advised them that I could not be staying for the 24 hours they wanted me to stay. And they were like, why? I go, well, I didn't understand my insurance, so I got to go. So I actually checked out early. I didn't stay the 24 hours. I went in, they moved me ahead. I did surgery like 7:30 or 8 in the morning, and 3 o'clock came around. I was already doing PT and getting out of the hospital when I was supposed to stay there till the next morning and stuff like that. But I didn't want that bill to get any bigger. So now I got to do the knee, and I'm thinking like, damn, man, do I put the knee off till next year and go enroll and get better insurance with a little bit better knowledge? Because like I kind of did a big job to the insurance system. So, but I had to get the hip done. Apparently it was problematic, and now I'm like 6'2.5" again, or 6'2" for sure. Where I was like a squatty 6'1" barely. Now I'm 6'2.5" again, and my right foot doesn't even touch. So I imagine when I get my knee done, I'll be like upright where I'm supposed to be able to do
backflip,
be able to do some cardio and actually get back into shape and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to 2025 if I'm not like in a toxic debt from the insurance system. But I never owed anybody anything. But I guess it's about time I owe somebody something. It's going to be the hospital. So you got to answer for something. So yes, for the long story short, yes, I had one surgery, and I wouldn't even have got that if I wasn't with Susan. She just, because she's a doctor, telling me you need to take care of yourself, and and eventually, I love her, so we got married, and so I'm gonna have to take care of myself because she's not gonna let me not take care of myself. So I was gonna blow the hip surgery off when I found out about the insurance, but she said no, you got to go do that. Just make payments. So like. People go, hey, let's start a GoFundMe. I go, oh, don't do that. My wife will kill me. No, don't do that. Do not go do that. So here I am, man. Like, I'm going to be owing the man for the rest of my life probably. But I'll get that knee fixed eventually, and then I'll be good to go. And I'm hoping February 2025. I don't know that I'll wrestle in February, but I should be able to travel. I have 2-3 weeks of bookings in the UK there. So I'm looking to start back there. But I do have cons and conventions lined up this year towards the end of the year, but it's really not knowing the date they're going to do the knee surgery is really messing things up. So I don't know when I will be able to travel or not going to be able to travel. So looks like I'm going to be able to do a horror con at the beginning of October, and then something in the beginning of November. But I'm pretty sure that like by mid-November, I'll have that knee surgery, so I'll be out till like February probably.
Speaking of HorrorCon, I think the movie's out, right? On Tubi.
Yeah, you saw it, the After Dark. Did we talk about it already?
Yeah, we talked about the movie, but it's out for the fans to see now. I don't think we've done a podcast since it's been on Tubi.
I don't know. I haven't watched the comments, so I don't know if any of them watched it. David Sane would be the one you'd have to watch. He was waiting for it. He's on there. He wanted to see it, but
yeah, I think.
Did you watch it?
With me?
Yeah.
I watched it with you.
You watched it at the theater, but did you watch it again where you could sit down and watch it and laugh to yourself?
No. I don't watch TV.
You were worried about Susan getting upset and this and that, but Susan didn't get upset. She just said, how high did your hand go up that girl's skirt? I said, it's funny enough, her mom asked me the same thing at the premiere. I said, not very far. She had on stockings. And no, it's cool. I'm not much of an actor. I mean, I saw good reviews saying it was all, but I don't know. Mixed reviews about myself, but a lot of people seem to like it. There's a genre for that type of thing. I know Tom Devlin's super proud of it, and he's getting a lot of good praise and buzz about it. But I don't know. I hope some people watch it here. Was it on the Tubi? They could watch it, right?
Yeah, Tubi. It's on Tubi now.
Yeah, so you guys go check out the After Dark on Tubi. It's got Sim Bodhi. I think Sim Bodhi's doing Sim Bodhi. I think that I'm the Sim Bodhi character, but because I wrestled in Gangrel and wore a puffy damn shirt, I did the Vigo character, so which is more of a traditional vampire. But in reality, if I was to be role playing or doing anything like that, I'd be similar to the Sim Bodhi character, kind of a rebel, rock and roll, motorcycle riding, badass vampire, not a puffy shirt, meatloaf looking motherfucker. Stop right there before we go any further. Do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy? Will you make me your wife? Will you take me away for the rest of your life? I gotta know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me? The meatloaf will come in and says, baby, baby, let me think on it. Baby, baby, let me think on it. I'll give you my answer in the morning. No, you don't know none of that.
No, I don't know any of that.
I probably butchered it. I'm no singer, and people probably just turned off the podcast and said, enough's enough. I'm done. This guy's missed a month, and he's come back and saying he's trying to sing like Meatloaf, who's an incredible singer, and he is not. The only thing me and Meatloaf have in common is I was overweight when he was overweight, and I had a white puffy shirt on, and he used to wear a puffy shirt. And, but he's a hell of a talent, Meatloaf. And, I think he passed away.
Meatloaf.
Yeah, but... Meatloaf, he was great. He was doing a lot of acting. He was in movies, but he started out in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. You ever watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yeah. No.
That's good stuff there, too. Come on, Raymond. You of all people have never been in that culture of Rocky Horror?
No.
You should check it out. I think you might like
Rocky
it.
Horror? Was that like a...
Rocky Horror Picture Show is back from like before you were born, but it's still... They still do live like reenactments through theaters, and they still show it, and the fans engage and stuff. Is it like a musical concert, or is it like scary movies? Both. Like,
I grew up
it's kind of like they asked me. Somebody approached me to play Riff Raft, which is a character in it, on an overseas tour. So it's like theater. But I wasn't a big enough fan, and I thought like I wouldn't do the part right. Plus, I didn't want to be remembered as Riff Raft. But I wake up in the mornings and I do look like a mixture of Riff Raft and the dude from the Goonies. You ever seen the Goonies? Sloth?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Baby Ruth. My hair's all over. My head's big. And when my teeth were knocked out, I was just the only thing missing was me going Baby Ruth with a chain around my neck, looking like Sloth from the Goonies. You know. You see it now when you think about it. You've seen me coming here some days when I was partying. The next day, I definitely, when I have a hangover, I look like Sloth from the Goonies, you know. And I can own up to it, so I could take it. People bring it. Go on, bring it. But Riff Raft, I was like, But Riff Raft's a really cool character in there. He's kind of like he'd be like Dracula's little like sidekick that eats whatever. I don't know why I can't think of it because with an R, where he'll be eating the roaches and stuff like that. Renfield. You ever seen Dracula, right?
No.
It's kind of like what Riff Raft is. Kind of. I could be wrong. Again, I wasn't a big Rocky Horror person. I was with somebody that was, and they tried to educate me on it tons, you know. But I've watched it, but I'm just not I didn't think I was a big enough of a fan or a study of it to pull it off. But yeah, but you should check it out, Rocky Horror Picture Show it's called.
Possibly. I grew up on Goosebumps. You remember that show? No?
I got goosebumps. Thinking about Yosef telling you, like, to go sun gaze and, like...
You got beef with this guy. He's psychic, bro. He can hear you.
But he probably, according to you and according to him, he could channel, teleport, or time. He's probably sitting in this room right now because one time you sent me a thing to listen to him, and you said, homie said that he traveled the time and sat down and then saw this blur come in, snatch a kid out of the room and eat it a little, and that. He was, and he said, "Oh," and then the thing that blurred that ate the little kid was a vampire. That said, "Oh, you can see me." So so when he got into that, I'm like, "Damn, dog, you just talking about you just time traveled and watched a vampire eat a little girl, and then the vampire called him out and he says, "Mom, I ain't got no beef with you, vampire. You gotta do what you gotta do, but you know." So
it's called astral projection, bro. It's
astral projection. That'd be the word.
It's very common, bro. A lot of people.
I got another word for it: asses and projectors.
All right.
Astral projection.
This guy.
I don't know. I mean,
he's super skeptical, bro. It's hilarious.
Sometimes I think I could say I'm time traveling and I'm somewhere, but I'm pretty sure I was just meditating or daydreaming. You know.
No, you can also travel through meditation too.
Yeah.
It's all real, man. It's
well,
all real.
I don't know. I mean, some of his stuff, I've listened to some of the stuff you sent me. Some of it I go, okay. And then some of it I go, I don't know.
It's because they got you, man. They got you programmed.
Who's got me programmed?
The system, bro. Look at you drinking that Coke. You know what they put in that stuff?
Coke. Yeah.
This guy.
I don't know. Whatever it is, the caffeine I needed is better than that Yambi Gold Seal Silver Sterling tea you're drinking that's going to make you die of mercury poisoning 5 years from now.
It's colloidal gold.
Colonial gold. That even sounds like some racist shit.
What?
Colonial times.
Colloidal. Colloidal.
I don't know.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen this in the headlines. It's one of the biggest headlines in wrestling news right now. Not Roman Reigns' return. We could talk about that. But
I thought you were gonna say Donald Trump getting shot in the ear.
But that too.
Oh
wait. No. Yeah. Let's. Okay, we could.
Well, I'm not gonna go in that conspiracy because I'm not gonna die.
Because I want to know what you think about it. Because you got all these. You're so skeptical. Do you think it was real or do you think it was staged? I want to hear from you.
Do you think it was real? Do I think it's staged?
You're so skeptical, bro.
I think they effed up and missed him.
Yeah, because it's too real, bro.
No. I think they tried to shoot his ass. He just got lucky. He said it was God, but I think he just got lucky.
He's protected by some powerful ET races.
I don't know about that. I think homie he was a smart person to come up there and throw that fist up. He sees the moment, man. He been around wrestling enough to know to work the angle. Like I don't know. I don't know. Nobody should be trying to assassinate or kill anybody in this world. This whole world's crazy, man. This whole world's crazy. So, and then I'm afraid I'm gonna go think I'm gonna go on a long vacation right around the election time and see what happens, and then come back. Like, I don't know what this world's gonna do to each other if it don't go ways people want it to go. I don't know. So,
Yeah, it was kind of scary seeing that.
I'm not a giant person on politics or anything, but I think this world is just completely mad on both sides. Like, it's like I don't know.
Both sides.
Might be time for me to go get on the other side of the wall of Mexico, go find a nice spot over there, chill, and come back. Chill after everybody gets mad at each other and the Civil War's over, and come back. But what's in the headlines though? What were you saying?
The Tony Khan meeting with Shane McMahon.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen it, but I didn't read up on it or anything like that. I mean, it could be as...
Apparently, they have mutual friends.
Could be as real as Biden being a body double. How about a body double? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anything I read in the news, I tend not to believe.
Apparently, Tony Khan he said they had mutual friends, and he kept hearing that.
Yeah, they know they're mutual friends. And money loves money, man. I mean, isn't like Shane McMahon married to the Mazola oil or whatever? Marissa's wife. She's like heiress to that oil, that certain oil, that cooking oil or some kind of oil. So they're in that money circle. So I wouldn't doubt that they talked or whatever. And WWE being sold to whatever UFC, whatever the name of that company was called, I forget. TKO being sold there would, so I wouldn't doubt that he'd be testing the waters somewhere else just to still be a part of wrestling and maybe get a little control or something. I don't know. I don't doubt anything. I mean, I tend not to believe, like I said, everything you hear on the internet, but I don't doubt that. I don't doubt it at all. And I felt like Stephanie McMahon you watched SummerSlam? Yeah. I felt like they just ran her out there and sat her in some chairs to wave for like 2 minutes and then took her back to the back or something. She just looked so uncomfortable. When they panned on her, there was like 2 empty chairs next to her. She was sitting like...
I think they still wanted to...
Trying to keep a McMahon in the WWE. At a pay-per-view at a SummerSlam or something like that. So, but who knows with this world? I don't trust the internet.
No, Tony Khan came out. He confirmed it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said they have mutual friends, and he heard that Shane was interested in working with AEW. So they were both in Dallas.
So he tried to put it on like Shane was interested.
So he said they were both in Dallas, and they met at a hotel.
Oh, I thought, was it something to do with...
airport.
Was it something to do with Monet? I thought I heard something like that.
No, I don't think so. I think he...
What do they call her now?
Mercedes Monet.
Mercedes Monet.
Yeah. I heard he was trying to get back into WWE, but they weren't interested in him.
Yeah, so weird world, man. Things change, evolves, and so I wouldn't doubt that he'd still want to be in the industry. So it makes sense. Makes sense.
How was he viewed, like in the locker room? Like, was he viewed as like the boss's son, or was he like a part of like the locker room with the guys? Like, you guys could trust him, or was he just?
No, you wouldn't trust anybody last name like that. but he wasn't. I don't remember anybody viewing like in the circles I was in any kind of ill way. They just Shane, you know what I mean? But they certainly are not going to go out and go to him and go, hey, what the company's doing with me, and I don't like my push. I don't believe they would do that. Maybe some guys would, but he wasn't viewed like that. It was Shane. He always came across cool. Like, so just from my perspective and with me, he was just always cool. He was just like kind of like, he's the boss's son, but like, didn't really think of it like that. He just was, he was just cool. He came across like a normal person to me.
Did he have an official title or role back then, or he was just?
I know, man. If I didn't understood all that stuff, I'd still be working there. I can't remember. I don't remember my people I wrestled back then, Raymond. I know what title he had. You could probably Google and see what title he had better than I could.
Speaking of people you wrestled, the Godfather.
About him.
He was just on the Undertaker's podcast.
Oh yeah, Undertaker's. Yeah. Cool.
And he was talking about when he switched over his character to the Godfather
from Papa Shango.
Yeah.
Or from Kama.
I think it was Papa Shango.
It went. No, then they go Papa Shango, Kama, then Godfather.
You would know better than me.
I think maybe, yeah. Go ahead.
Then the Undertaker said he had a match with him, and he said the same thing that you said. Like, when you have a match with Godfather, you know it's going to be an easy night.
Very easy night.
But he said he came out with all the hoes, and that's when he switched the character over. And the Undertaker's like, how is this going to work? Like, Godfather versus me. And he said how he came out, and he was trying to make the Undertaker break character. Like, is that something Is that like a rib you guys often did, where you guys tried to make each other break character on camera?
I imagine some people would try to push your limits to see if they can get you to break or not. Godfather was just being Godfather. He's a really funny guy. He's a really nice guy. That Godfather character is kind of him. I mean, he's not out pimping hoes and slapping them and shit like that, but like he's that like happy-go-lucky. He out of all the people like in WWE, he still writes and says hello to me. I mean, he's one of the nicest people that I've met there, and it'll still stay in touch with me. And he'll stay in touch with me like. When in reality, I should be trying to stay in touch with him because he's an OG, you know, like, and, he's just a funny guy. When he's going out there, he would come out there and say, you know, Dracula, he'd cut a promo and he'd go, I'd offer you up one of these hoes, but I can't have you biting them in the damn neck, so I'm going to have to whip your ass, you know, like, you know, so he would act like he's going to offer the hose up to me, and he never would because he was worried what I was going to do with the hose, biting them in the neck or getting freaky with him or something like that. So it was a super easy night with him, you know, never get hurt. He just always took care of me. He's a big guy, and he'd take bumps for you, big things. No, he's tremendous talent, and definitely always a night off. And I think the Godfather is the most natural character he had out of them all. But he did Papa Shango great too. But but the Godfather I think is more. But I think if you piss him off, you might get the Papa Shango. Like if you get on his bad side. That might be his alter ego, be Papa Shango. Uh-huh. But every day, like if you're good with each other, he's good with you. He's the Godfather, man. He's that's his personality. Super nice guy. Super nice. I've said it on here before. He said he wanted to come on here and talk about it. Like I rode with him one time, and that was it. I could only ride with him one time. That dude smoked so much weed, like he sat there and. We were riding. He just smoked blunt after blunt after blunt. He had the windows up, and then we were a little bit late for TV, and like he was telling me, "Don't worry about it." I said, "You could be late. I can't be late." And then the first person I run into when I walk in there, stoned and high out of my mind. Now, and granted, I didn't smoke it. I was just stuck in the car with it. Was Vince McMahon looking at me, and he said, "Oh, you ride with Godfather or Papa?" Like, yeah. I just probably reeked of weed, and I was just so paranoid and like, oh my goodness, like yeah. You know, it still be hanging around him, and when I see him and his boy Steve and them up in Michigan and stuff, this guy smoke more weed than like, oh my gosh,
Snoop Dogg.
Those Michigan guys and those Vegas people, there's some weed smoking fools, man. I can't. They're not fools, but they smoke the hell out of weed. I can't do it. I can't do it.
They didn't drug test for that stuff back then.
On the attitude era, if you got drug test, you had to really have done something stupid or something. You really had to do something bad to get tested. You had to act up or done something in public or been caught just being really way out of line to get tested. They didn't test a lot. They started to when there was people that like would just like flop it out on floors or, you know, just visibly just in a bad state, you know, and they would try to test them. But I've heard Papa talk about it. I don't think even when they were testing, I don't know if he ever even failed the test. I don't even know if they tested him. He's just such a good dude. I think they figured he's whatever. I think he smoked the whole time I've ever known him. I think he smoked. So he might have got a pass when they were testing, but they weren't testing when I was there. But again, at the end when I was hired back later in like 2005 or 6, they were testing. But when I was there actually wrestling and on the run at the longer period of time, they weren't testing.
Obviously you being a big part of the Attitude Era, a lot of people like you're not as active online, but a lot of people are saying there's going to be an Attitude Era 2.0 in next year once WWE's on Netflix, because WWE's already said it, Triple H has already said it, The Rock said it, like it's going to be rated R again. It's not going to be censored.
And they've already started doing stuff and pushing it a little more before they've gotten there. So hopefully it's not the era where like Kane was sleeping with somebody in a casket or something like that. I mean, that was ridiculous.
So hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But Attitude Era, I don't know. Attitude Era 2.0. I don't know if you can.
I guess as far as the rated R,
I don't know if you could duplicate something that was just lightning in a bottle, like that was just a special time. I don't know. You can go out and you can try to imitate it and stuff, but I don't know if you'll get the same results because the world is different now. Opinions and views have changed. The style of wrestling's changed. But if LA Knight has proved anything, what worked in the Attitude Era can work now. Because like I'm watching SummerSlam and I go like, I get a little confused. I go, is he doing The Rock? Is he doing Stone Cold, or is he doing the Macho Man with the yeah instead of ooh yeah? He's like yeah, you know. And then he's even doing the Slim Jim commercial. I go, so he took the best of the three and he's come back and he's over like Rover, like he's killing it, you know. And I ain't mad at it. Like I just wonder why more people haven't went back to seeing what worked in the Attitude Era and copied it. Like, because obviously the fans are not holding it against them. Hell, they're cheering them. So like, shit, more power to him for that. Like, so if anything, he's proved like what was on top of the Attitude Era can work with somebody else, because he's took a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and took the three and took himself and converged them all to have LA Knight, and he's doing quite well with it. And he beat Logan Paul, right? So he went over on Logan Paul. So he's the champion now. I don't know. Did you like that match? Did you watch SummerSlam?
Clips, yeah. But at the end, the
match was all right. I liked it. It's like, I'm surprised Logan Paul's still alive after that modified brain bust or whatever happened on that superplex. But that was a good match. And, but LA Knights proved that you could do all that and make it work. But I don't know that they could. Well, I like when I hit like Attitude Era, sometimes I flash back to like Miss Kitty wrestling in Jello naked or something, and Sable with hands on their titties and with no top on. And
they did just have Sexy Red on NXT, so
what's that?
They did just have Sexy Red on NXT, so
they kind of had her on there, but then they never talked about her being arrested. Was it the day before that on her way there?
I think it was the day of.
Or the day of. I don't know if that was a good move on their part, but like I guess she was culturally iconic at the time. But like
I think they're focusing more on like urban pop culture. They know the fans. Like, we don't care. We won't care if some wrestler just got arrested. So like,
who's next? Kodak Black.
I wouldn't.
He's kind of dropped off, hasn't he? You haven't heard much of it.
Yeah,
he's dropped off.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna. I feel like he's gonna perform at the inauguration for Trump. But yeah, it's going back down to 2 hours. Why you
say he's gonna perform in the inauguration for Trump?
Yeah, you don't think so?
I don't know. I don't follow politics that strongly. Is he a Trump supporter?
Trump pardoned him. He rocks heavy for Trump. 'Cause Trump got him out of jail.
All right.
But yeah, Raw's going back down to 2 hours. So I think it's.
2 hours is good. 3 hours is too much for me to watch.
Yeah, it's like a Harry Potter film. But
explains why I didn't watch all the Harry Potter films.
I think it's a good opportunity though for wrestling.
Watch all the Harry Potter films?
I stopped at 2.
Did you probably watch all the Hunger Games too?
I stopped. I think I got into it on like 1 or 2.
Mockingbird 1, Killing Mockingbird 2, Killing Mockingbird 3. There's so many of these.
I want to watch them, but nah, I only seen one of them.
I still haven't even got around to the House of Dragons, from the Game of Thrones. I still haven't even watched any of those. I should have started when my hip was out, but when I was laid up with that surgery. But maybe I'll start today. Maybe when I leave here, I'll go home, take my overweighted, under-exercised, and limping ass home and watch some House of Dragons and watch the 2 seasons that are out right now.
Conspiracies, man.
What else you got going on? So,
so
what's SummerSlam? Let's go over SummerSlam while we're talking something. What was the first match? Girls. I enjoyed it, whatever match it was. It was, it feels like it was a year ago already, SummerSlam. It was Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Yeah, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley with the Dirty Dom turning on Liv Morgan. So you were heartbroken over that, which, I don't know. I think they look like a nice couple. Dirty Dom in the match, dark hair, blonde hair. I don't know. Maybe Dirty Dom's found somebody that he helped her, she helped him. They found some love together. Who knows? But but I thought the match itself was good. What was the second match? Oh yeah.
I don't know about it being in order, but we already talked about the Logan Paul, LA Knight, Braun Breaker. He's a
He might have been the second match, maybe. I don't know, but he beat
Sami Zayn.
Sami Callihan. Now I wonder.
You always call him Sami Callihan.
Not Sami. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn. El Generico. He'd be better if I just call him El Generico because I remember more as El Generico than anything else. But the Canadian from Sami Zayn, yeah. Sami's a heck of a wrestler, but you see, I start wondering when I see him beating him. Sami, he's not a body guy. He's not a pretty guy. He's not, Are they starting to lean back towards getting all these younger, more athletic and amateur style looking, or fighter looking styles with with the UFC influenced and what the hell is the name of it? TKO owning them. Or whatever, is that influence coming in? You start wondering, like, are they going to start weeding out the older guys and the less of a body guy? I don't know. I was wondering that when I did that because, Braun Breaker's not the greatest, but his family was there watching him, which is cool. I saw Scott and Rick Steiner there watching him, and I think Dallas Page. That was pretty cool. So that'd be a cool moment for the family and everything like that. But and Sami Zayn. He made him look really good, but there was some scary moments in there. I'm always thinking like Braun Breaker's gonna like break his neck or something because he's barely missing his head on those backflips and stuff like that. But it was an entertaining match. What was the next match?
We got Damian Priest and Gunther.
Now that was they'll go like Gunther is the best wrestler in the world and blah blah blah. I mean, Gunther's just out there telling a story and doing basics and like that's I couldn't preach enough about. Wrestling, you need definitely like a couple matches like that and storylines in the card mixed in with the high flying. I like the high flying and I like a faster pace, but definitely tons of room for that in wrestling, and I get tons of love for that, and I enjoyed that match too.
How do you feel about him being the world champion now?
It's just so weird because I knew him from Germany, and then when he was like heavier than me, he's always taller, but he's a super nice guy. So like he's worked hard, he's dropped the weight. Why not? It's always good to have an international type of star, and he's kind of in the villain role. So it's good for a babyface to chase. So I think it's good timing and it works, and I like it. I'm digging it. I'm along with the program.
Let's see that one. We got CM Punk, Drew McIntyre with the
with the bracelet and this and yeah.
And Seth Rollins as a special guest.
The damn thing. I don't know what happened with that. Like I was waiting to see some camera angles from the ref, but I don't know. Something must have happened or malfunctioned with that camera because I think he took it off after a while. I don't know. It was good. I mean, I'm trying to remember everything because they had a lot of little bits in there with the back and forth with the bracelet, and then he ends up getting beat, and then Drew McIntyre still takes the bracelet back. So they still got an ongoing saga of the three of them. So it's an interesting story. So probably stretch that out till what month are we in? They might stretch it out to WrestleMania.
Yeah. Triple threat.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool.
And then Roman Reigns, the return of Roman Reigns during the Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa match.
Yeah, a lot of people keep asking me, did Jacob really get hurt, or what happened there on that splash? Because I don't know. I see pictures of him wearing a boot, unless they've gone really old school. And
I think it's a word.
Old school, and they got him wearing a boot to make it look like that and take him out of the picture. And I don't picture him screaming like that if he was hurt, unless he was just really pissed that he blew his opportunity.
He's old school like you. Like, if he got hurt, he wouldn't. I don't think he would.
But at the same time, he's emotional where he could be like thinking, I just effed everything up. They want my opportunities. So I don't know on that note. Like, it could go either way, thinking... but I really don't know. I wasn't in the booking meeting to know what it was, but I know that they would have had to have got him out of the way somehow, not to interact with Roman Reigns. So, but maybe there was something more clever where Cody did that, and then I don't know. I wasn't in there, and I haven't spoke to him, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't say if he told me what was going on because out of respect and not leaking shit or spreading gossip, but I don't really know. I wouldn't have thought he got hurt, but I see pictures of him wearing a boot here and there. I mean, maybe it was just a fracture. I mean, that's a lot of weight coming down, and it doesn't take much pressure if you hit the angle of something. Think of how many times you bumped your shin or your kneecap or just under your kneecap into a corner of a table or something just walking. So imagine 250 or 230 pounds, dropping at I don't know what speed out of the ceiling off the top rope, and then catching the corner. Your ankle, there's no meat in between your ankle. This is some thin skin. If it catches the corner of that desk and hits just right, it probably could have been like a little high stress fracture or something like that, and that should have hurt. But and if it was really did get hurt, those emotions you seen was probably him thinking, I just effed everything up. I just got going. Fuck. And now that emotion I would have believed came out of him. What I saw there, I would have believed that. That's the only thing that might have made me think like, oh, maybe really to get hurt, because that was his emotions were like knowing him, that thinking like, damn, I just got here and this happens, you know. So I don't really know, but he's a warrior, and very proud of him, and whatever it is, I'm sure, work or not, I'm thinking maybe he might be slightly injured, but he'll pull through.
I think not being biased, I think it's.
Well, what is today? Friday? Today's Thursday. So find out tomorrow. We'll see if he's on SmackDown with the tag belts. You know, congratulations to him on that, though.
You said tag belts.
He's tag team champions. Him and
when did
the Bloodline? Yeah.
When did this happen?
Last week, before SummerSlam.
Wait, he's a tag team champion?
Yeah.
What? Nah, bro.
Yes, he is. SmackDown, they beat DYI or whatever they're called for the belts. Before SummerSlam, the Friday before SummerSlam.
Oh, wow. You're right. When did they switch? Wow. Dang. All right.
Well, I know I didn't give you no time. I called you up today and said, hey, we got to do the podcast about an hour before I rolled in here. But
he's only been in less than a month and already a champion.
He deserves it, though.
Of course. Not being biased, I think it's more money in Roman versus Jacob than Roman versus Sikoa. But I think they've already built him up so much.
Well, I don't know where they're gonna go. They're gonna keep you hanging. I couldn't guess. Like, I don't know if
you still got The Rock out there somewhere.
Rock, and you still kind of got Jey Uso doing whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Probably start coming together this Friday. So definitely. Must watch SmackDown this Friday, tomorrow. So I don't know when this is coming out, but definitely SmackDown Friday.
Tomorrow, it'll be out before SmackDown.
Okay, there you go.
It's been a while.
So definitely have to check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Unless I decide to jump in a car and catch a ride and go watch a show in Orlando. But I don't know if I can sit that long on my hip. I can't fly yet. They won't give me clearance to fly, so. I don't know if I should go sit in a car for 4 hours or 3 hours one way and 3 hours.
Probably have to recline all the way back.
No, I can't. Well, yeah, depends upon who's. My truck, I'm fine, but if it's a small car, I couldn't do it. But
what show's going down in Orlando? It's a
CCW. They got the Sun on the Beach shows. They're going on. The CCW. I saw Domino. He was on the cover of the Miami Herald today, so via a CCW show, but they were covering Domino and the craft beer brewery down there and the phenomenon with the Cuban community and that it's got a niche set of fans that it's built up to be like this really big shows, really big within the community, and Domino's very active within the community and wrestling, and it started at an older age, so. But yeah, it was a CCW show. So they were congratulations to them all being in the front page. It was on the cover of the Miami Herald. So that's great. That's good stuff. Congratulations to Ruthie J being. She's got she made her picture. She was covered in that article in the Miami Herald, but she's also in an article in Pro Wrestling Illustrated. So talking about her journey and stuff that's going on. So. Congratulations to Miss Ruthie J out there doing her thing. Congratulations to Jacob winning the tag belts, the championships, or whatever they call them now in this time and age. Winning gold. But there's a lot of good things going on for a lot of people I had to be a part of their journey and was proud of it. So, check it out.
You're a proud father.
Grandfather. Getting old. Well,
how's it feel wrapping up the first episode back?
Well, I don't know how I got through it because I didn't watch enough wrestling this time when I came in here. But definitely probably got to get back on coffee. I'm going to have to start showing up with a Dunkin' Donuts coffee in my hand, no D&D. And
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you try this new mushroom coffee.
I am not messing around with your mushroom coffee. I'm not aligning my third eye with the universe. And I'm not going to astral project my ass, astral ass project through time to go watch a vampire eat a girl and say, I'm not, none of this crazy stuff. But I think I want to introduce you to. So before we wrap it up, Otto Vaughn, he's got I got some music coming out, man. I'm gonna introduce you to the dude. He's part of the Bermuda Triangle gang. He's got the Triangle gang, Bermuda Triangle. He's on the same page with you. He's aligned with the same kind of energies you're with. So some cool things coming on. So Raymond, watch. I'm gonna be in the studio next week. Maybe next time you come back and see me, I'm gonna have some bars and stuff for you to check out. But
we'll see.
Well, all right, we'll see. Well, that was episode 103. Thank you all for joining, and thank you, Raymond. Want some?
Get some.
Bad enough?
Take some.
There we go. So 103, hanging the bang with them.